you're the president of the United States of America, you have to know what's going on. You got all these people that surround, supposed to be advising you what's going on. For you to say something like no comment, I don't know. I can't even respond to such comment.
The largest Navy fleet right there. We can see the island. It could have been here in 12 hours.
You think that if he wanted to, the president of the United States or one of his chiefs of staff could have ordered military assistance from Pearl Harbor and the U.S. Pacific Fleet?
There's no question they could have done that. They did it for Ukraine way quicker than the response here in Hawaii.
Wow, the Maui community is helping the Maui community. And it's really affected me because where's the president? He decides to come here this week, to come here next week. I mean, like, where aren't we Americans too? Like, we're part of the United States, but why are we getting put in the back pocket?
What he's not doing, actually, for the citizens of this country, for the citizens of Maui and Lahaina, it's completely disrespectful. And now he's going to be coming here tomorrow, and all of a sudden it's going to clog up the roads. They're not going to let anybody through. It's going to slow everything down just so he can come in and take a look and do nothing yet again. So it's ridiculous. It's nonsense. And
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Thank you for coming to my channel. My name is Wally, and you are now tuned into Playboy Hustlers TV.
Hey, this the king of melodies beat.
We are back with a real life issue. This has to do with current events. We all know what's going on in Maui, alright? The Lahaina residents are not happy with the outcome. And your boy Biden is out here requesting that they only receive $700, per resident, as opposed to the Ukraine, they're getting $24 billion. I think the cap for Hawaii is about like 2.3 million or something like that. That's ridiculous, backward, unheard of, and to the point that they made Hawaii a U.S. Virgin Island. In case for those who don't know, do your research on how Hawaii was taken over, alright? And they were done dirty. If you don't know, do your research. You will be surprised. Anyone who goes visit Hawaii, when you spend money out there, it is not going to the locals. That place is divided into two. One is for tourism and the other is for the locals. And the locals, they are struggling out there. When I say struggling, they're living below means, bad. You would never think that because the island looks so beautiful and rich, but no. That money goes somewhere else. It doesn't stay in the land, all right? So with that being said, sorry for all the lost lives out there. May they rest in peace. On another note, let's go dive into this so you can see what we're talking about, all right?
We are not American. We are not American. We are not American. We are not American. Say it in your heart. Say it when you sleep.
She's kind of right. They actually aren't American. They were turned into that. You understand? They are who they are. Do your research, right? They were forcibly turned into U.S. territories, U.S. Virgin Island. But they are not American. She has a point. She's not wrong.
We are not American. We will die as Hawaiians. We will never be Americans. The Americans, my people, are our enemies, and you must understand that. They are our enemies.
Well, not me, ma'am, because I love all people. But I know what you mean by when you say that the powers that be. I'm hoping that's what you mean.
They took our land. They imprisoned our queen. They banned our language. They forcibly made us a colony of the United States.
Yeah, see, told you. They actually had their own language, just like everyone else. For instance, I'll give you a perfect example, right? My ethnicity is Dominican, okay? And you would say I speak Spanish, right? But that's not my original language. That was the language that was given to us by our colonizers. You understand? No one's language is the language that belongs to them. Your colonizer gave you a language and you ran with it. That's how it worked.
America always says they are democratic. Lies! That is a lie! They have never been democratic with Native people. They have never been democratic with Indians. They have never been democratic with Hawaiians. United States of America is the most powerful imperialist country in the world. In the world. They control the United Nations. They control the Pacific Ocean. All these nuclear submarines circulating throughout the Pacific. The United States of America is a death country. It gives death to Native people. And the only way to fight the United States of America is to be political.
Now, here we go with Oprah all over the country right now trying to acquire land. At the end of the day, hey, if you have money, you should be able to invest in what you want. But don't invest in people's tragedies and turn it to a triumph. You understand me? No bueno, baby.
At some point, I will make a major donation after all of the smoke and ashes have settled here and we figure out what the rebuilding is going to look like. This is going to be a long and difficult process.
Oprah has been one of the top trending topics on Twitter this week, and we're looking into why that is. Let's start off with Matt Wallace's viral tweet that said, Oprah Winfrey has been buying up land in Maui like crazy. A 520-acre plot for $3.89 million this year, 330 acres for $2.47 million, two 10-acre swaths of land for $100,000 each last year. In the last few years, she has gone from about 100 acres of land in Maui to over 1,000 acres. Then,
I mean, really what wealthy people do and what they're very great at doing is parking their money where it gains a lot of interest. You understand me? So your money serves no purpose in the bank. You get me? But like I said, not in a tragedy. So wrong in all ways. You get me? And the fact that we go out there and we take from them, that's the messed up part. Because like I said, when you spend money in that country, it really doesn't go back to the locals unless you go into the locals and spend money there. You get me? But the hotels, they always tell you don't go nowhere because it's dangerous. You know why? They don't want you spending your money nowhere else, baby.
and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, a fire comes and destroys many homes near her, but her land remains untouched. Sound familiar? In 2017, an extremely deadly fire destroyed many homes near Oprah's Montecito mansion, but her property remained untouched. After 2017, Oprah continued expanding her land in Montecito to over 70 acres, including buying a 4-acre complex in 2019 that was destroyed by mudslides only a few weeks after that 2017 fire. Wake up! Oprah's CBS media crew was denied entry into a Hawaiian wildfire shelter. However, someone inside captured footage of Oprah handing out supplies for displaced Maui residents.
He came.
She always gotta film herself doing things. Narcissist, yo.
Hi. Oh. I had a question for you. If I needed to find somebody, how would I do that?
Now, Wallace also tweeted, locals in Maui were refusing to sell their land to the elites. The part of the island mainly destroyed by the fires was prime area right next to lavish mega mansions. Now, a lot of those locals are forced to sell their land, and many tragically died in the flames. Oprah Winfrey has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Jeff Bezos has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Lady Gaga has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Bill Gates has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Morgan Freeman has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Will Smith has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine. Julia Roberts has a luxury mansion in Maui. It's completely fine.
And guess what? I had no clue of any of this right here.
How did the fire know to avoid the most expensive mansions? Wake up! There are many theories circulating as to what exactly happened in Maui, with evidence pointing to the fact that it could have been people with government ties. On the other end, there are also allegations that this was actually done by people who didn't want tourists in Hawaii, natives of Hawaii who want to try to get rid of the rich people who are taking all of the oceanfront land. Another theory is that this was a land grab by the wealthy.
So what I think is going on in Hawaii is exactly what's going on in Alberta. They're land grabs. Hawaii is very small, has a small amount of land available, especially for millionaires and billionaires that have houses in these areas that want to keep building. So the easiest way, instead of offering people money for their homes, is to just burn the entire place down and pretty much burn people out of their area. They did that in Alberta here to try and get people into 15-minute cities, and I'm pretty sure that's what they're doing in Maui.
Now, for those who thinks this is unheard of and it can never happen, wake up and smell the coffee, baby, because a lot of conspiracies became true. You understand me?
Why am I saying that? Well, I did a video on the Epstein flight log list, exposed everybody that was on the flights, and I also put up classified documents that were from the Ghislaine Maxwell court case, and then I even put up her flight logs, so not just Epstein's flight logs, but her flight logs that were released in court as well. People went absolutely wild. The video went super viral. Some people were super mad at me because their movie stars were on on Epstein Island. But if you look at the correlation of the people who were on Epstein Island and the people who own houses on Maui, you're going to see a huge correlation.
Wow.
And these people do not stop at anything, and they want more land so they can keep building their entire houses bigger. Now, the only reason I know this is I went to Hawaii, I think 13 years ago, and talking to the locals, they were all complaining about the same thing. Overdevelopment, developers coming in and trying to take homes of regular people for way under the asking price, and then building like multi-million-dollar or billion-dollar hotels, homes on that land. So what people started doing is they won't take any offer from any developer. So what's another way of getting people off of their land is to burn it, scorch it, or make it literally non-livable on.
I highly doubt that the people from Hawaii will be that petty to where they're going to do that to themselves. So let's take that one out of the equation.
And I think that's what's happening in Hawaii. Whether it was done on purpose with DEWs or, other forms of silent weapons, or if it was done by one of these NPC crazy people who believe in global warming, yet they don't really understand the billionaires.
She called him a non-playable character.
And the millionaires are still taking private jets. They have cruise ship size private yachts. They're not stopping eating meat. They're not stopping flying around the world. So, there's a bunch of people out there that will believe the agenda and then try and push it. But I think this is a lot deeper, kind of like in Alberta. And I truly feel for the people in Hawaii.
Daniel Zeck shared this tweet that said, "From what I'm gathering, lots of Maui residents believe the fire was a deliberate attack and land grab by the U.S. government, ultimately backed by the WEF and its plans for Agenda 2030, snatching sacred land from sacred people under the guise of environmental protection and conservation, moving populations towards specified urban centers." Now, take a look at this viral tweet and video. This fire thing on Maui doesn't add up. How did all the boats on the water burn as well, and there's a perfect circle of fire around the city?
That's a fact.
Let's take a look at the included video.
How the flip did all the boats burn on water? Word, though. I mean, they had no chance of survival, it looked like. Nah, that's deep. That's deep right there. You know what? I'm about to just end it right here because I don't want to see no more of this type of craziness. This is very foul, yo. May all the people that lost their lives, may they rest in peace. And for those looking for closure, may they find it. And those who need answers, may they get it. With that being said, make sure you go in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this right here. Let me know how you feel about this. Do you think it's a conspiracy? Do you think this is true, what they saying, or do you think this was just Mother Nature? All right, I'm gonna leave you with that thought right there. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell. I will see you in the next one. Love.